What is up, family and friends? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a hot minute since I have been on here making some solid content. I've been a bit MIA for the past 8 months, I will admit. Definitely haven't done as much on this thing as I would have liked to, but that is life for you. Sometimes you have the time and you don't have the money. Sometimes you have the money and you don't have the time. Sometimes you don't have neither. Regardless of any of that, it's good to be back. It's good to have some things to do on the buggy, to make some more forward progression, and to share some new content with all of y'all. So let me kind of get you guys caught up. Quick little, I would say, backstory as to why the disappearance and the quietness, and then we're gonna get into the good stuff. So anyway, over the past 8 months, a lot has kind of gone down with, with me, with the family. My wife's grandfather of 90 plus years, he ended up passing away. God bless, he's in heaven, so all good, but while we're happy he's no longer suffering, it's sad that he's also no longer with us. In addition to that, we just had some unforeseen homeownery expenses, always fun. Sickness, as in plague sickness, ran through the family, and we all took turns, having multiple rounds of sickness, and I had some kind of, healthy stuff going on. But anyway, everybody's happy, healthy, nothing major, nothing to worry about, so to speak, just normal everyday stuff. So anyway, that's the quick rundown of the short version of everything that's gone on in the past 8 months. So anyway, moving on to some of the buggy stuff. I'll get you guys caught up. I'm gonna show you what we're doing tonight, and I might give you a teensy little sneak peek into the future and kind of what is gonna be rolling into the garage in the next couple of weeks. So if you guys want to see and hear that, you gotta stay for the end. So don't go anywhere. Let's dive in. So first things first, and I'll go over the specs of all this in a minute or so. I got my Turbo 400 trans back from the transmission shop. Went away, fresh, brand new overhaul and rebuild. It was already built and it did have some really solid, nice parts in there, which were able to be retained. And then threw some new stuff at it as well, but it is ready to go. Torque converters in it. She's pretty sweet. But the purpose of the video is not necessarily the transmission, but this box, this is the main reason for the video today. I've been waiting on this bad boy for a while. Super stoked that it is finally here. And if the name on the box doesn't give it away, which I'm sure it does by now, we're gonna finish the driveline tonight. This is the last piece of the driveline puzzle. Engine, transmission, and transfer case. Oh, this thing's like a present on Christmas. Ooh, look at the nice packaging. There she is. Brand new Atlas, 4.3-to-1, input for a Turbo 400, so that'll be 32 spline input, 1410 yokes, front and rear. This thing is gonna be sweet. This is the Atlas 2 Trail Series case, nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Shorty tail shaft on there. I already got the studs in there. Clocking position that I want this thing to be in. So yeah, man, this thing is pretty much ready to slide on in. For this transmission, as you guys have definitely seen, especially if you've been following, Turbo 400. This thing I got from a buddy of mine, and it had a decent build on it already. It just sat for a long time and it needed to kind of be gone through, and it had some moisture that definitely got in there. But the good parts I was able to keep in this thing is there was a billet 300M input shaft and a forward drum, as well as a 300M intermediate main shaft. It had a reverse manual valve body in it already, which was in good working condition, so was able to keep that. And then everything else inside got replaced, as well as I needed to get a new output shaft, put on it. So basically this had an output shaft for a 2-wheel drive application, but obviously I needed a 4x4 tail shaft, and there's only 3 of them. Basically, they have a long, medium, and small. And because of the busted knuckle Turbo 400 to Atlas adapter, I needed the smallest one, which only has 1.5 inches of stick out from the back of the case to the very front of the output shaft. Other than that, you know, I mean, it's got, you know, nice deep dish aluminum oil pan, some AN fittings, low car dipstick. You know, I just have the small little shoddy plug there, but you know, there's the fancy low car locking dipstick, which I've seen these things, just have never played around or used these things, but I mean, it is super sweet. Listen to this sound. Clink. Definitely excited. So the goal for the night, transmission is going to go in, Atlas will get mounted up, and then I need to attach the torque converter and get that all bolted up, and the driveline will be done. So let's do this. So first thing I have to say is huge shout out to Urban 3D, because I got the 3D version of the mock-up Atlas transfer case, which you guys would have seen in some of my earlier videos. And I was able to clock it flat. I was able to structure the tube around it. The seat tabs I was able to angle around it because of everything that was there. And because of that, I didn't have to purchase an Atlas transfer case right away. I was able to do my full drivetrain mock-up because I had the engine, I had the transmission, didn't have the transfer case. But because of his mock-up case, which weighed only 3 pounds, by the way, because it's all 3D printed, super dope, I was able to get this in. And now I even got my Atlas in, man. Like, how dope is that? So I actually grabbed a spare drive shaft just to mock up and check and see angles here. But I think I'm pretty much golden. Everything here clears perfectly. I was just worried about the angle here. I actually completely bottom out on a 1350, because that's what this is here. These yokes are 1410, so you do get a little bit more angle out of a 1410, but I am not gonna need this much angle on the up travel. That's, you know, pretty much coming like way up into the back area. So, you know, I will have a decent amount of up travel in this thing. I'm shooting for about, at ride height, you know, maybe about 5 inches of shaft showing on an ORI, something ballpark there. I want to make it comfy and whatever, but you know, the rest of it's going to be all on the down, which, you know, I'll have plenty for. Even with this stupid high angle, which it won't even be this high, I still have clearance to go up. So that's pretty cool, because I wasn't sure if this cross member here, if I was going to need to potentially do like a little piece of bent tube there and then cut this out. So anyway, I think I'm actually gonna be quite golden, so that's pretty cool. Love these seats, man. Seat headrest combo, black alligator vinyl. Dope. Crazy, man. Look at that, fellas. And just like that, driveline is finished on this baby. All the good clearances. Got some nice room under there. All right, guys, well, if you've stuck with me this far in the video, now is the reward. I am going to share with you a little bit about what is coming next and what you guys can expect to see on my next post and video. If you guys have been following consistently, you guys would have known that early on, I actually had a front axle for this buggy. I had a truss welded out on it. It was a Snowfighter Kingpin Dana 60. Thing was pretty much, you know, ready to go minus internals. I decided to sell that. When I sold it to a buddy of mine, he came and picked it up towards the tail end of last year because I was going a different route with this build. Anyway, I'm not gonna tell you what from who. I will share that in the next video. But the Easter egg for you guys is that I have some axles. They are on the way. I should hopefully have them in the next week or so, and that will keep me busy on my next video. And of course, I am going to unveil and reveal them to you guys all on YouTube first here. So make sure you guys are following. You know, subscribe, like the video if you guys enjoy what you're seeing, that whole 9 yards and all that fun jazz. But I will drop that on YouTube first. I will kind of show you guys, I'll go into a lot more detail, you know, about why I went in that direction and sort of what the future plans are, you know, for this build. But that is coming very soon. I cannot wait to share that with you guys. I'm super excited myself. It is gonna be a very big kind of part of this build. So anyway, stay tuned because more good stuff is coming soon. I'm definitely gonna be pretty busy over the winter, to say the least. So anyway, guys, that is a wrap for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know myself, I'm super excited for this milestone and to have my driveline fully complete with all the pieces, you know, kind of minus the Atlas mount. That is super, super exciting for me. Excited for the axles that I was talking about and that big reveal, which will be coming up very soon. But anyway, guys, don't go anywhere. Be sure to subscribe. Lots more to come. And as always, thanks for stopping by, guys. God bless, and I'll catch you in the next one.